As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Professional wrestler Chase Fenwick is suing Danny Salazar in the amount of $9,533. Mr. Fenwick claims he was injured by a fan during a match and says the promoter failed to provide adequate security and needs to cover his medical bills.
Mr. Fenwick, you are suing Mr. Salazar for $9,533 for negligence resulting in medical expenses and lost wages. Is that right?
Correct.
And you are a wrestler?
Professional wrestler, yes.
A professional wrestler. How old are you?
33.
Okay, so tell me about this wrestling career.
Yeah, so I've been wrestling for 5 years now. I've just recently been under his promotion for the last 3 years.
What kind of promotion do you do, sir, Mr. Salazar?
I own Ironclad Combat Wrestling, and I'm a wrestling promoter.
Is that real wrestling or is that this, what do you call that type of wrestling?
It depends on how you want to look at it.
Well, what do you call it?
It's real.
And so how long have you run this shop?
For about 16 years now.
16 years. And
Yes,
how
ma'am.
did you meet this plaintiff?
I met Chase about 3 years ago. I was actually in a gym, and we go out, and I do this myself, and I have scouts that do it as well. We were looking for new wrestlers for our promotion company, and I happened to meet him in the gym.
Okay. And what drew you to him and his abilities?
First of all, he's a good-looking kid, you know, at the
Right.
time, and
Right.
he was. I saw that he was someone that we wanted to bring on board, that we could work with him, and that we could make money with him.
Okay, well, Mr. Fenwick, I read your sworn statement, and what I got from your sworn statement is that you're like this loud and brash type of wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the superstar of the organization.
Right, but I don't feel that here. I don't see all this energy that led to this big incident coming
Yes.
from you. Go in character for me.
Of course, yeah, I play the heel, so I'm the bad guy. I used to be the good guy, but I wasn't getting any traction with that, so I switched to the bad guy role. And my whole thing is I haggle people, so I mean...
Like for instance?
Yeah, so in this situation, I had a gentleman that came up to me. He was a bigger gentleman, and he was with his daughter, and I haggled him. I said, your biggest mistake is having your daughter with you.
What was wrong with that statement? Your biggest mistake is having
Your biggest
daughter
mistake
here
was
with
his
you?
biggest mistake was having his daughter.
Oh, just having a daughter?
Yeah.
Okay, and so that was said where?
That was at a meet and greet.
That was acceptable? Unacceptable?
It wasn't acceptable.
Right.
You know,
I mean, if he's known as haggling, I mean, what are the rules on haggling? How far are you supposed to go?
Yeah, we do have rules, and he took it, I think, a little over the top. When you mock a little girl, I think that's over the top. I would be upset if that were my daughter.
Okay, but what are your rules that do you have a contract?
Yes, we do.
Let me see the contract. Because it seems to me it should talk about what the rules are.
Here you go.
Don't give me a whole bunch of paper. I want to see the contract.
There you go.
Well, this is just a one page. You can't say that much. And then the big print. I don't even think I need my glasses for this. Physical interference with performers is prohibited. Avoid disruptive behavior. Consume alcohol responsibly. Don't interfere with the event and comply with staff. That's all he had to do?
Those are actually rules for our audience, for the fans.
Oh, this is the audience rules?
Yes, yes.
How does the audience get these rules?
We have those posted, ma'am.
Right.
Your Honor, they're posted up on the walls,
Right.
and we do hand those
They're
out to people.
They're all around?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you assume that people have read them and are well aware?
I would hope they would read them.
But what about the rules for him?
We have a contract.
That's
I do
the
have a
contract
contract
I
with
asked
him.
you about. Let me see
Yes.
the contract.
I actually don't have the contract with me, ma'am.
Well, where did you think you was going when you got dressed and walked out your house this morning? To a wrestling match?
I was coming to court.
Okay, well, court is about what?
I should have been prepared and had a contract with you.
Evidence. Because you're telling me that he understood some about your rules from a contract.
Yes. Okay.
Strike one. All right, so tell me what happened. You say this to this gentleman about the worst thing was having a child. And then what happened?
Of course, yeah, we're in the meet and greet, and the whole thing is to promote the fight. So there's fans coming up to me all day, and I'm in my character. I'm acting. I'm being the bad guy.
Right. I don't see the bad guy yet.
This is how we generate money. Ever since I've been a part of his promotion, we've seen our business go up dramatically.
You think you brought money in?
Exactly.
Right.
More viewers, more money.
And this stuff is televised.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. And how much do you make for these shows?
It all depends on the venue. So I mean, something like that.
Well, that particular show, what was the agreement about your pay?
$5,000.
And how many people were you expecting at that event?
About 3,000.
3,000
people, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have security at these events?
We do.
All right. You are aware of the security?
Yes.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
You could just be making this stuff up as we go along.
Your Honor,
you came to court today. You got dressed up and everything. You put on your gold jewelry and you didn't bring the contract.
I've been a promoter
or the rules that you say he broke.
And later.
And she had told me,
Who had told me what?
The defendant had told me that if there were any incidences with her phone, she would have communicated that with me. And I guess there had been, and in this incident, she took the phone away.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Supreme Justice is back with the case of Chase Fenwick, who is suing Danny Salazar for negligence.
About how many people that night would have been surrounding the ring?
Probably about 10 security guards around the ring, and then they had probably another 10 to 15 throughout the venue.
Okay, so the first 2 or 3 rows of people, are those actors or are those participants?
No, those are actual, those are fans.
Those are fans, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we're in the ring? You are?
Yes.
What happened? Oh, so did anything else happen with you and the gentleman about the little girl?
No, after that, he verbally told me, he's like, hey, you better apologize to my daughter or there's going to be physical consequences. Okay. And I'm in character. I'm getting paid to be this character, so I'm sticking to character. I'm not going to apologize to the guy and
So
his
what
daughter.
did you say when he said you better apologize?
So I just ignored him and went off.
You just kept going?
Yeah, exactly. So now the show gets going along, right?
So who are you fighting?
So right now I'm fighting the current champion.
That's who you're going to fight that night? Okay.
So I'm in there. We're doing our act, and before the match gets over, I whisper to him, "Hey, this is the final sequence here."
You whisper that to who?
My opponent.
Okay.
So I'm just letting him know, "Hey, the finishing sequence is about to happen. We're going to finish the match." So I'm climbing up the turnbuckle. As I'm climbing.
What's the turnbuckle?
So the turnbuckle is the post that the ropes go around.
Oh, okay.
So before I actually go on the turnbuckle, I see the fan that I haggled before.
Okay.
So I get down and go in his face.
You get off of the stage?
Yes.
Is that allowed?
No, you shouldn't have done that.
No. Once a player is in the ring, are they allowed to leave the ring and go haggle with people in the audience?
They're not supposed to do that.
Is that true? You're not supposed. I don't know the rules. I gotta ask.
No, that's not. I mean, that's not true.
It is
it's
true.
a whole part of the act.
It
The whole
is
thing
true.
is to get the fans
engaged. Let me ask you: is that in the rules that you didn't bring?
Yes, we tell them not to. We tell them not to interact with the fans.
I need some evidence. You could just be making this stuff up as we go along.
Your Honor,
you came to court today. You got dressed up and everything. You put on your gold jewelry and you didn't bring the contract.
I've been a promoter
or the rules that you say he broke.
I've been a promoter for 16 years. He knows our rules. We make him sign a contract with us before we bring him on board.
Sir, I've been a judge for longer than that. And I know that I'm in a court and that this is about evidence. So you get out of the ring.
I get out of the ring. Sometimes I'll,
No, what did you do this time? You got out the ring.
This time I seen the fan that I haggled before.
Right.
So I approached him and I kind of said some things to him to get the whole crowd going.
You shouldn't have done that.
Okay. Don't interrupt again.
I'm sorry.
As I'm climbing up the turnbuckle, somebody pushes me from behind, and I fall all the way into the barricade, into the barricade, and cut my face is bleeding. I broke my nose, and I'm bloody. And as I'm getting up, I see it's the same guy from the crowd.
Where were you when you say, as I'm getting up? Getting up from where?
I fell off I got pushed off the turnbuckle onto the barricade.
And what happened?
Nobody helped me. There was no security that helped me. No other wrestlers helped me.
Security didn't come help?
No.
All those security officers, 10 of them around the ring, another 10 of them in the surrounding area, and not one officer came to help?
No.
So then what then? So how'd you help yourself?
Afterwards, like I said, I had to go to the hospital. I broke my nose.
You got any pictures or
yes,
anything?
I do.
Let me
yes,
see
I
your
do.
picture. Well, you got some evidence.
Came prepared. I also have here's an image of what it looked like, this whole situation that was going down.
represents where you were.
Yeah, I was on the turnbuckle, as you can see, I'm
At the
standing
time
up there.
you got knocked into it. So in this area that I'm seeing around the stage here, what would have been people? Because there's a walking area here, and then it looks like there's a barricade.
Yeah,
Are these
so
barricades?
Right outside of the barricade is where
But
the fans...
what are those barricades for?
To keep the fans out.
So fans aren't supposed to be on this side of the barricade. Where were the security? You don't know you weren't there?
No, they were there.
Anybody outside of your security team waiting to come in and testify and tell me about what they did?
No, Your Honor.
You didn't call anybody as a witness?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
No contract, no list of rules signed by the plaintiff, no witness that supposedly offers security outside to testify.
Your Honor, he crossed the line, though, when we did the meet and greet. If he wouldn't have crossed the line and antagonized these fans, this would have never happened.
I don't argue with people. If you and I argue, who wins? I don't argue with people. I ask for evidence.
I'm not arguing with you, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'm not arguing with you. In a civil case, the burden of proof is a preponderance of the evidence. Who has presented a preponderance of the evidence in support of their side? And using a preponderance of the evidence standard, the evidence is over here. The evidence is over here. You had a duty to him. You had a duty to protect him. Even the fact that somebody crossed these barriers right here is what led to this. Forget what happened earlier.
He brought that on himself.
The fact that nobody should have crossed this barrier. Nobody should have crossed this barrier when you got 10 security there. There's a reason why you have security there. So you had a duty of care. You breached the duty. As a result of that breach, he suffered damages, and you are responsible. And also the fact that he could no longer work because of your negligence. And so I'm prepared to rule judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $9,533. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $9,533.
Yeah, I just want to thank Judge Karen for everything. I think this went the way it was supposed to go.
Like I said, we had a contract, and it's too bad that it had to end this way. I wish him all the best, though.
Coming up.
Did you talk to the janitorial staff? Did you try to find out?
Yes, I did, Your Honor, and none of them appear to know the answer.
They don't have cameras there?
Unfortunately, no, because
There's no cameras?
It's an old recreational center.
Did you make a police report?
Yes.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Elise Davidson is suing Nancy Adams in the amount of $659.70. Ms. Davidson claims her daughter's phone was stolen after her tutor confiscated it and put it into her desk drawer, and says Ms. Adams needs to cover the cost of replacement.
Ms. Davidson, you're suing Ms. Adams for $659.70 for negligence involving a cell phone?
Mm-hmm, correct.
And it was your child's cell phone?
Yes.
And how do you know the defendant?
She was my daughter's tutor after school.
Okay. How long were you tutoring her daughter, ma'am?
Just recently, about a month.
You had done it for a month?
Yes.
And what type of tutoring do you do?
It's an after-school tutoring program that I've been running for the past 10 years.
But what are you tutoring?
I'm tutoring academic subjects.
Math? English?
In math, English, and science.
History? Okay, science. Okay. And how old is your daughter?
She's 13.
She's 13 years old. So what was the agreement?
Well, basically, she said my daughter could have a cell phone in class for emergencies. I asked for the exception to her rule of no cell phones.
She could or could not have?
She could have her cell phone.
She could have a cell phone for emergency. What's your policy about children and cell phones?
So my policy is a no phone policy where the students need to put their phones away and keep it off during our sessions.
Okay.
But I made an exception for the plaintiff and her daughter.
Because?
Because she appeared to be very anxious about leaving her daughter, and she wanted her to have it on her hand in case for emergencies.
Okay, and how many kids are in this tutoring class?
About 3 students.
Where is this class taking place, this tutoring?
It's a community learning center.
Okay, what happened?
On this day, my daughter had filmed her. The room was really hot. I guess she was fanning herself. And my daughter took out her phone to film her. And she had told me,
Who had told me what?
The defendant had told me that if there were any incidences with her phone, she would have communicated that with me. And I guess there had been, and in this incident, she took the phone away.
Coming up.
Brittany just kind of mocked me, and then she just continued recording me. So she was very disrespectful.
Right, so she was recording you fanning yourself?
Yes, and it was a very hot day.
Why was that funny?
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Supreme Justice is back with the case of Elise Davidson, who is suing Nancy Adams for negligence.
So is this what happened? What she just described? Is that what happened, Miss?
Her daughter was not only on social media and texting, but she was also...
How do you know she was on social media?
Because the other student reported to me that she was on, on social media.
But you didn't see, I mean, it's just 3 students. You didn't see her on a phone? I mean,
she was she was on her phone.
Right.
And
did you see her on a phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you say, what's your daughter's name?
Brittany.
Brittany, put the phone down.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And what did Brittany say?
Brittany just kind of mocked me, and then she just continued recording me. So she was very disrespectful.
Right. So she was recording you fanning yourself?
Yes, and it was a very hot day.
Why was that funny?
I do not know.
Who knows? They take pictures and record hamburgers and stuff. Who knows, right? So then what happened?
Then we went on our break, and I took the phone away. I put the phone in my drawer where I leave my purse.
Okay.
And I closed the drawer, and we walked out of the classroom to take a quick break.
Do you have a key to the classroom?
Yes.
Okay, did you lock the door?
Yes, I locked the door.
You locked the door to the classroom?
Yes.
And all of the kids left with you?
Yes.
Okay, then what happened?
Then when we went back, I opened the door and
Was it locked when you got back?
Yes, it was still locked.
Okay.
I opened the drawer and I noticed not only her phone, but my purse was also stolen or not missing.
Well, how could somebody get into your classroom if the door was locked?
I do not know, Your Honor.
Did you talk to the janitorial staff? Did you try to find out?
Yes, I did, Your Honor, and none of them appear to know the answer.
Right. They don't have cameras there?
Unfortunately, no, because
There's no cameras?
It's an old recreational center.
Did you make a police report?
Yes.
Okay. You're suing her because?
I had to replace my daughter's cell phone.
Do you agree that she had cause to take your child's phone?
I think she did what she thought was right in that moment, but if they were going on a break, I would have preferred that she gave my daughter her phone back, as they typically can use phones on the break.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Why don't you think you're responsible for what happened to her phone?
Like I mentioned, we left the classroom and, not only her phone, but my purse was also stolen.
Right. But you took custody of her phone.
Yes, just for the moment because,
right.
She was...
But even in that moment, once you took custody of the phone, that means you are the custodian of the phone, which means you now have taken responsibility for the phone. And it seems to me that if you lock the door, then you, what else could you have done? Now that I'm thinking about it. She had a duty of care, and she did take care because she locked the door. So she didn't breach her duty. Negligence requires that there be a duty, that there be a breach of that duty, and as a result of that breach, the plaintiff was damaged. But the problem is, I don't believe that she breached her duty because she exercised reasonable care in locking the door. So I'm ready to rule judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Any final thoughts?
It was a very fair ruling.
I'm honestly pissed. I feel like she was negligent and I should have gotten the money for the phone back.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.